Yesterday, I watched the boys play. Jacob was in autopilot mode, or shall I say in X-Wing mode. And I keep hearing him whisper, Emperor Palpatine, Yoda, listen to the Force. I watched, took it all in. Kind of like a film camera. It's recording, appreciating the now, and just being as present as I could. I've spent a lot of time thinking about how best to chronicle this, but I suppose the simplest approach is always the best. So here goes. I have cancer. Stage 4 cancer. During this journey, I've had a lot of time for reflection, of course. Made some puns about cancer. I've read lots of books, listened to podcasts, spoke to friends. I spent a lot of good quality time with the boys and my wife, and I'm having an ongoing discussion with, the one up there. I also cried my heart out so much. After all that's been said and done, it was time to get busy living. I think it was Shawshank Redemption. You get busy living or you get busy dying. So I chose to get busy living. I know what I need to live for. I know my purpose. I don't know how long I have, but guess what? Neither do any of us. And this, if you call it sentencing, gave me the time, the opportunity to kind of set things right. With people, get things right with my maker, with my family, with friends. You still want to be engaged. You want to be fully present in the now because there might just not be a future. Or at least not a 10, 20-year future. But, obviously something like this shakes you up and then you're reminded of your mortality and you think to yourself that, wow, there really is an expiry date. So with cancer, what happens is that because it's a living, growing organism within your body, you're fighting essentially against time. So because I am well covered by my integrated shield plans, at that point, I really didn't have to worry about medical costs. I could start treatments immediately. I also had access to the best possible options at that point of time. And this is where Dr. Mel Teo comes along. Dr. Melissa Teo is a general surgeon that specializes in cytoreductive surgery and hyperthermic intraperitoneal chemotherapy. It's an advanced surgery which is effective in prolonging long-term survival rates in patients with previously untreatable tumors. So essentially, I'm lying there and they open you up, cut out my peritoneum where the cancer was, and after that, they'll take the chemo drugs, heat it up and pour the whole thing inside. The idea is for the chemo to permeate evenly through all my organs, especially all the hard to reach areas while still open. And HYPAC essentially assured me that the rest of the organs within that cavity was all cleared. So actually these days, when I see a friend, I see a relative or someone that I meet for the first time, I actually tell my story and I urge them to review their insurance packages as soon as possible in regards to their integrated shield plans like I have. As they always say within the cancer circles, genetics might have loaded the gun, but our lifestyle fires it. So my next project is I want to be able to video myself talking to 12-year-old Jacob and Jerome. Kind of like, at the end of Avengers when Tony Stark videoed himself talking to his daughter, giving age-old advice. I want to talk to 16-year-old Jacob. If he doesn't do very well for his exams, please do well for exams. I want to talk to 21-year-old Jerome when he's going to NS. I want to tell him to be on the ball, but not too much, and do the right thing, live with integrity. I want to be able to give them advice through all those milestones as they're growing up, if I'm not there. Joe and I have made these rings as their wedding gifts. I call them the unfinished rings. I think they're kind of representative of the raw materials that we as parents give to our children. We can give them life experiences, we can give them lessons, how to treat people with respect and with love. But the rest of it is really up to them, how they make it their own and carve their own identity. And And that's what these rings essentially represent. I'm luckier than most because I roughly know, kind of where my time is. Every single moment has to be special. I need to make a positive impact in the world somehow, in my small little way. I think the one thing that permeates my mind is one of gratefulness, both for my support structure, my wife, the kids, the family, my mother, my friends, my colleagues. And those are the things that keep you going. It's people, it's relations. It takes an entire village to support a cancer patient, and the cancer comes back, we go into treatment and fight it. It's not just me, it's my village. We do whatever it takes to stay alive. And not just that, but to also live a life. Because there's so much to live for. And I'm not done living yet.